Hello and welcome to this special edition of HBM's Crypto-Corner. I'm going to talk about one particular photograph from the 1950s, and that's the Zack Hamilton Bigfoot photo from the Three Sisters Wilderness in Oregon in the 1950s. Zack Hamilton brought some film in to be developed, which showed a photo of a possible Sasquatch. He told the photo lab worker that he was stalked by the creature. Hamilton never returned to pick up the developed pictures. I'm going to see if we can see there's the enlargement. You can see that, well, if you say this is a leg, then it's a weird looking leg. This is supposed to be the other leg, the arm, the other arm, the head, the torso, the lower part of the body. It's a very fascinating photograph. Very interesting. Is it real? Who knows? I mean, from what I understand, Zack Hamilton was a grizzled, older gentleman, and he went to this development place, or photo development place, dropped off his photographs. And this was the one photograph that kind of drew the most attention. This photo has been what you might call a mystery ever since it was unveiled to the public. To give you some further perspective, I'm going to read from chapter 24 of Bigfoot, America's Abominable Snowman by Elwood D. Bauman. The series of articles about California's abominable snowman in the San Francisco Chronicle jogged many memories. Not only did it bring in a flurry of letters from people who claimed that they had seen the monster man animal that roams the Pacific Northwest wilderness, it also brought in a set of rather fuzzy photographs. If authentic, said the accompanying article, the photographs would be the only ones ever taken of the hulking ape-like creature whose hideous screams had terrorized outdoorsmen from California's Central Sierra to the forests of Washington. Dick Russell, assistant manager of Brooks Cameras in San Francisco, brought their pictures to the Chronicle. A grizzled old woodsman named Zack Hamilton had left the roll of film at the camera shop to be processed. He told Russell that he had just come in from the Three Sisters Wilderness area in Oregon, where he had been stalked by a hairy monster. He wasn't sure, but he thought he might have gotten some photographs of the creature with his cheap little camera. The film remained in the files for 3 years, and one day Russell took the pictures out and examined them. I got prickly all over when I realized that they were the pictures the old-timer said he had taken in the brush, Russell told the Chronicle. I've never seen anything like them. After studying the photos, I put them back in the file because they didn't belong to us. When Russell read the series of articles in the Chronicle about the search for Bigfoot, he was reminded of the old woodsman's eerie tale and the unclaimed film that was still in the files. It had now been 5 years since Zack Hamilton had left the film for processing. If he hasn't claimed them after all this time, I don't think he ever will, said Russell. He just dropped in out of nowhere. I'd never seen him before, and I've never seen him since. The photographers and reporters at the Chronicle gasped when Russell showed them the film. The photographs were typical of those taken by an amateur with a cheap camera. They were fuzzy and lacked contrast. Moreover, they had been taken in the middle of a tangled growth of heavy forest, and there hadn't been enough light to take really first-class pictures with a camera of that type. As bad as the photographs were, they created a frenzy of excitement among the Chronicle staff. Several shots showed a huge, hulking, ape-like or man-like creature. It had long arms and rather short legs. It was entirely covered with dark hair. The head seemed to be set squarely upon a pair of massive shoulders. In spite of the poor quality of the photographs, it could easily be seen that the creature was enormous. The men couldn't decide whether the brute was more closely related to a man or an ape, but all of them did agree on one thing. They all agreed that the photographs were the real thing and not a hoax. An old woodsman couldn't possibly fake a thing like that, Dick Russell said earnestly. And that's how it happened that camera-shy Bigfoot got his picture in a large metropolitan newspaper. So they were actually published at first in the San Francisco Chronicle. And Zack Hamilton must have traveled down from Oregon all the way to San Francisco and dropped them off at the office. No, he dropped them off at a camera shop in San Francisco. Well, I don't know if it was San Francisco or it doesn't say they were dropped off in San Francisco. They may have been. I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought I would add a little bit of additional context to it from this book. But you know, the backstory is very interesting. Could an old woodsman fake something like this? Most likely not. I wouldn't think so. And I mean, they were on these photos. These photos were on file for 5 years. This must have been the best of the photos that they had of the possible Bigfoot. So that's probably why this is the only photograph we've ever seen of that series of photos. I think this is the only one we've ever seen. I can tell you, I've never seen any other photos that were claimed to be from Zack Hamilton. This is the only one I'm referring to. So, what do you guys think? You think this could be genuine? Do you think this could be a real Sasquatch? Or just maybe a shadow, maybe a blurry shadow or something? Maybe it's a bear. Who knows? I've always been fascinated with this particular case, to be quite honest. And a solution, huh? Well, nobody's ever seen Zack Hamilton again, so we can't ask him. So who knows? Anyway, it's a fascinating case. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And y'all be good or be good at it. This has been a special HBMs Crypto Corner.